Lance Russell, Dave Brown, right along ringside. And by golly, we're ready for another one. Hope you are, because we got plenty of it to offer today, David.
I'm ready. We're going to have the New York Dolls in here in the opening match, tag team match today. Superstar Bill Dundee will be along in a single match. And we'll have Jesse Barr, the brand new Mid-America champion. He will be in what should be a fine match against Terry Taylor. Single match there. Dutch Mantell goes against Carl Fergie. And it'll be Sweet Brown Sugar and Bobby Eaton going against the Fabulous Ones in an expiration of time main event.
We got some action coming up today. You better believe it. If nothing else, that expiration of time, we'll be sitting on ready, waiting to go in there. We've got some other great bouts coming along, some highlights and all of that today on Championship Wrestling. Buckle down those seat belts. We're going to take time out. We'll be back with an opening bout for you coming up in just one moment.
Action going to be coming up here in just a moment with the New York Dolls in the ring. In a tag team match, it will be a non-title match, but tag team action featuring the New York Dolls nonetheless. Their opponent's coming up here right now. Before we get this match underway, though, you had a couple words.
Yeah, I wanted for the folks that might have missed it in there, I wanted to make the announcement. I was going to say it on the opening in there, and I got so excited about it, that Eddie Marlin, as a result of the last week action that took place right here in the Championship Wrestling, ended up, when he got hit after reviewing the whole situation, Marlin has fired the sheep herders, and they are gone. 1,700 miles flapping their arms to get back to New Zealand.
New Zealand. Yeah.
Oh, boy, here they come. Ready to go with that opening bout.
I told you, look, the world belts and Southern belts, we got them all, baby. We got them all.
You know what you did? You can't kid me. You stole those.
We didn't steal it all. No. Possession is 9/10 of the law, baby. TBR don't steal nothing, baby. Southern champions, world champions.
No, not Southern champions, world champions. World champions, yeah, but they stole these belts right here, Dave, and don't let anybody tell you any other different. Okay, we'll get beyond Hart and all of his screaming with the Dolls, and here we go, official announcement.
It's one fall 15-minute time limit match, introducing at a total of 415 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Ira Reese, and his partner from Tupelo, Mississippi, Ken Raper, going against him at a total of 481 pounds. From New Orleans, the Dream Machine. From Hell's Kitchen, New York, Rick McGraw with their manager, Jimmy Hart, the New York Dolls. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, it's going to be Ken Raper starting out with the Dream Machine, and the Dream starting off with one of those coyote hollers in there, Dave.
Raper fired into the ropes, leaps over, sets himself. Dream Machine turns and wades back into the battle. This time he puts Raper into the ropes, and he's set with a foot as Raper comes off of there. Calls for the knee of Rick McGraw in the corner. McGraw puts foot to the midsection.
Again, with all respect to the opposition, I'm talking about Raper and his partner Ira Reese going against the world's champs even in a non-title bout. No little doubt that McGraw and the Dream Machine's heavy favorites in here. Just too much for them.
It'll be a major upset, title or none, if Raper and Reese are able to defeat him. Stranger things have happened, but...
I was going to say, hey, that's miracles do pop up every now and then.
They have indeed.
We'll keep an eye on this one.
Dream Machine off the ropes in the corner. Ken Raper still in there. Dream flips it. Grabs him from around behind. I think he may have slipped into a chokehold there initially as he grabbed him.
Well, they let him get over there and tag, and maybe they'll find out.
Dream Machine. Double chop across the collarbone. Ken Raper into the ropes again, and there's a chop. Dream Machine sits down with the upper arm. 1, 2, only 2. Raper kicked out at the 2 count. He's hanging in there. Air pulling by the Dream Machine. Referee saw him. He was 4 feet away at the time, and he immediately called for the break. Here's McGraw. Rick McGraw out of Hell's Kitchen, New York. Body slams Ken Raper. Drops with the arm. Does not go for the cover. Drops with a knee.
Well, this McGraw is fully packed. He doesn't have a whole lot of height on him, but he is so thick. Good night.
He's solid. He's working the face lock there against Ken Raper.
You know, with a guy like that, Dave, it is very hard to get things like abdominal stretches and that sort of thing on a guy like McGraw because he is so thick, even though he doesn't have tremendous height. It's very difficult to get a lot of holes on him.
McGraw, the one with the hole right now. Ken Raper's been in there all the way. We're just past the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes gone.
Oh, here comes the... The fabulous one, Stan Lane, just came over and relieved the New York Dolls of a little excessive weight. They picked up both belts, Dave. Jim talking about what about possession being 9/10 of the law, Jimmy?
Splash by the Dream, 2 and 3. Now, Dream Machine throws Ira Reese over the top rope. Goes back to work on Ken Raper. This match is over. The New York Dolls have won it. But the New York Dolls upset because their belts, the world belts and the Southern belts, have just disappeared. The fabulous ones came in here and picked them up.
Hey, I'm not going to stop them. You guys stop them. Yeah. Why don't we leave that up to you to do all the
stopping? Go get them back if you want them,
Yeah, just go take them away from them. You think you're big enough. Jimmy's talking about possession being 9/10 of the law. Okay, well, Stan Lane, Steve Kern, the fabulous ones, now are in possession of it. End result of the first one, I don't think was a distinct surprise or anything like that. New York Dolls come. What was the time on it?
The time on it was 3 minutes, 41 seconds.
3:41. We got plenty of action. As a matter of fact, we're going to be taking a look at the Superstar, not too many minutes from right now. Stay where you are. All right, back into Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Boy, Tuesday night, I got to tell you, an entire card, which a little later on I'm going to give you, and it's going to be something you'll want to be there. 2 matches I want to mention. One, a Southern Tag title match versus the World Tag titles. With no time, no disqualification, the fabulous ones, the Southern champs against the World champ New York Dolls of Jimmy Hart. And then a bout that was made, and you'll see why coming up in a little bit, with Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler to go against the Sheepherders in this particular one. Yes, sir, we got a bout coming up with the New York Dolls against the Fabulous.
Woo, the New York Dolls, what a great night it's going to be. My Dolls are going to be the champions. I'm telling you right now, we're going to hold all the belts. But you know what, I'm telling you, I realize there was no doubt in my mind that Dundee paid the Sheepherders to knock him over the head so he wouldn't have to crawl in the ring with him. The wild man from Barneo will go in the ring, the Southern champion, and he'll come out the Southern champion. Come on, Dreamboat, let's go. Come on, baby.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, they're going to get an opportunity to see exactly what Hart was talking about, how the Sheepherders jumped in and nailed Dundee. They'll see it in a minute, but the match is made.
The Sheepherders, they're such bad, bloody men. They come in and knock the men's brains out on TV with a metal pipe. You're bloody right we did, and I'll show you why we did. We went into this ring to face these 2 men. We had a bounty on us. We could beat these 2 men any day of the bloody week. Yeah. But nobody told us what these men were capable of. But they don't know what we're capable of either. Hey, see this? We just talked to Eddie Marlin, and we got a non-cancellation contract now. We can't be fired for any reason. And see this bloody burn on his neck? Lola, you put that on his neck, and for the first time in my bloody life, I heard my cousin scream. So we're staying, whether you wanted us to stay or not. If we had to knock on your door, we'd do it. But now we're going to do it in front of thousands of people. We're going to destroy you, Dundee. And Lola, you play with fire, you're going to get burned.
You know, we've talked about it, Dave. As a matter of fact, we both talked to the King about it. He's not one of these guys who has a history of playing it the safest in the world, and he ended up in a match in which his Southern belt was against that flaky handicap belt that Hart has in there, and Hart brought him in a new partner. This is a guy I not only never saw before, never heard of before. Hart says his name is Sabu, the wild man from Borneo. Well, let me tell you, and I chuckled up my sleeve about Hart's description of the thing. Let's take a look at some of the action, and you'll get a little better look at who this partner that Hart brought in was. I want you to see this. Remember now, the Southern heavyweight belt was against this handicap match, and that is Sabu, the wild man from Borneo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next bout will be a special match.
Only reason he did it was to get Hart in the ring. Boy, look at this guy move. Whoa! Unbelievable speed. And look at this. Gets a count of one. No danger, really, but you always have to be careful. Lawler flips him over. And caught in between. 1, 2. Suddenly finds himself facing a legitimate, absolute surprise. Look at this guy move. Big drop kick, and Lawler is down. Lawler with his arms pinned around the ropes on a corner, and he nailed Sabu, but Sabu never flinched. He busted Lawler with a double-handed chop, and Hart is in ecstasy. He's running up and down, hopping and skipping on the ring apron, and Lawler is still staring in amazement. What is this?
This guy is really unbelievable. Has Lawler in the corner.
I've been interested in watching that bewildered look on Lawler's face. Oh, boy, no bewildered look now. A look of pain as the wild man stings him in both ears. The wild man comes in and zings Lawler right in the throat. Hart escaped again. Wow. Headbutt. Lawler down. 1, and Jerry kicks out at the count of 2. Lawler slammed. The referee trying to get Hart out of the ring, and Hart and Calhoun, who have no love for each other, battling in the corner as the wild man has Lawler pinned. Count of 1, 2. Jerry took his time. He wasn't worried till the count started. And again, he's throttling Lawler with that move. Jerry pushed him off. And he really crunched Lawler that time. Lawler just made it. Lawler, let me tell you, is in serious, serious trouble with this guy. Drives his head into the midsection. Well, we haven't counted Jerry out by a long shot. I think all of you know him too well. He has great recuperative power, tremendous stamina. But part of it just left as again Sabu buried his head into the midsection. Crowd sees Lawler get nailed and senses the King about to make one of those patented returns to action after being beat around by this wild man. Lawler whips that top down. And here he comes. And the wild man coming up behind Lawler. Grabs him and zeroes him. We told you about that collar. He's got it wrapped around his hand. 2, 3. Good night. Hart wins the Southern Heavyweight title. Well, I kind of, in the excitement and the amazement on the thing, I couldn't believe it. I said Hart won it. Actually, Sabu was the guy that got the pin on the thing, and it just was a stunning situation in there, and one that we regret, but I can tell you somebody who regrets it a whole lot more than we do, and that's the King. Let's get into action. Superstar coming in right now. Bring him on. Okay, coming in right now, the Enforcer, who will be going against Billy Dundee in our next one-fall 15-minute time limit bout. Plenty of action yet to go. We've got the fabulous ones going against Brown Sugar and Eaton, and here comes Billy, and let's go for the announcements. Okay, Dave.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match from parts unknown at 227 pounds. The Enforcer on the left of the screen, and across the way from Australia, 214 pounds, the superstar Bill Dundee. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
No time, and here we go, off and running on this 115 match, and Bill Dundee circling, meets and hooks that arm, takes the Enforcer over and down. Billy always loved to watch him in action in there. He is going against a guy who is really built. This Enforcer, stout son of a gun. We've seen him several times, Dave.
Yeah, we have seen him before. He is a wrestler who will resort to any means if he feels like he needs to, and he usually does. He is not to be taken lightly by Bill Dundee or anyone else.
Billy backed off from that backdrop that the Enforcer was getting ready to go. Double leg dive takes the Enforcer down, and referee Jerry Calhoun looking for the shoulders. Right shoulder was up in the air, so no count. Spinning leg lock. Bill hooks it down. Enforcer on the deck. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit with the Enforcer against superstar Bill Dundee in the event that you just joined us. You're a little late. As a matter of fact, one exciting thing during the first match was the fact that the New York Dolls brought both the World Tag titles and the Southern titles out here. Jimmy Hart was talking about possession being 9/10 of the law. During the match, the fabulous ones came out and simply relieved them of the burden of carrying around all those belts.
Right. They took possession of it.
Yes, they did.
As a matter of fact.
Okay, Billy straight back around, waist locks him as he moves in behind, takes him over and down, gets a 1, 2, and almost, boy, good move. He went in behind the Enforcer, and the Enforcer getting a little irritated.
Yeah, a little upset. Well, Bill's been totally in control of this match so far. We're almost 2 minutes in. Well, he was up until that moment. But
people often tell me you had to open your big mouth.
About that time, yeah. Well, the Enforcer using a fist on him. That's twice he's hit him with that doubled-up fist.
You noted before that last collision that he was getting a little upset at Bill's playful tactics, and he misses an elbow, and Billy rolls out of the way.
Billy answers him, though, coming off the ropes. Well, he had that one timed. He had that right fist ready to go.
What is this? Hey, those guys aren't even supposed to be here.
That's Luke Ward, Eric. The sheep herders.
Sheep herders who have no business even being here. Eddie Marlin has fired these guys. They got no... And here comes Lawler, Terry Taylor, Bobby Fulton. Get them out of here and get them out of the studio. We sure don't need them around here.
Well, they nailed Bill. I know what that was. That was half of that flag staff, the flagpole that they carry around the New Zealand flag, that they smacked Bill right in the top of the head.
Boy, I'll tell you, he whaled him right in the back of the head in there, and those guys got no business even being on these premises in here. They're no longer a part of championship wrestling, and they come rolling in here and nail Dundee right in the back of the head. Jerry's checking Billy's eyes down there. He was really blasted in the back of the head. The sheepherders, Jonathan Boyd and Luke Williams, who last week caused more than their share of problems and irritations in here, and they come in and pull a cheap trick like that. They're not even supposed to be on a premises. Dundee, very little consolation, will end up winning it on a disqualification as they jumped it, and the referee has little alternative when that happens but to disqualify for, even though the enforcer probably had not one whit of thing to do with it. So they're helping Billy out of here, and disqualification. Dundee was really laced down the back of the head, and Dave called it right. I think it was the bottom part of that New Zealand flagpole that the New Zealanders used to carry around whenever they came in. So Bill Dundee, who came in here, was doing very well in his match with the enforcer until the sheepherders came up and bombed him from behind with that, not even a fist, just with a flagpole thing in there. Okay, Bill, Dave, let's us take time out, and we're going to be back with more championship wrestling in just a moment. There he comes, Jimmy Cornette and Jesse Barr, who has the Mid-America Heavyweight title, and the situation. Yeah, I noticed that you're not showing me anything brand new, Jimmy. He's got the belt around his waist, and you've got a big smile on your face.
I told all you people last week. I told all you truck drivers. I told you ditch diggers. I told you welfare cases. I told everybody that I had the next Mid-America Heavyweight champion, and I believe you see.
Yeah, I see it right there,
But you know, the thing that disturbs me is that this man is a scientific wrestler. He won that belt legally. He won it all by himself, but people, for some reason, seem to think that he breaks rules. I don't understand that. This man won the belt all by himself, and I'm proud of him.
Well, keep talking, Jimmy. You'll have a hard time convincing everybody of that.
But you know something? The one thing that did disturb me, those people in that arena, when he won that belt, they stood up and booed. They booed him, a man that represented his country in the Olympic Games. They booed me, a Cornette. I cannot understand that. I can't understand it. These people act like animals, but it doesn't bother me that bad because they're beneath my contempt. You just don't know how to act in public. But I believe we have a match here.
Yes, you certainly do.
Lance, and I don't believe that this will take very long, and I think this will once again reinforce in your minds the fact that Jesse Barr is the greatest athlete you're ever going to see.
Mid-America Heavyweight Champ Jesse Barr heading to the ring right now with manager Jimmy Cornette, and he's got quite a task put out today. He's got him Terry Taylor. Let's go back to Dave, and we're ready.
It's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. It is not a title match. Introducing first from Vero Beach, Florida, 215 pounds, Terry Taylor. Going against Terry with manager Jim Cornette, the brand-new Mid-America champion from Portland, Oregon, 245 pounds, Jesse Barr. One-fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Jesse Boom Boom Barr, Lance.
That's a great idea.
Boom, boom.
Jimmy.
Huh?
Yep. Okay, here we go, and this ought to be a good match.
It should be indeed. Terry Taylor, fine wrestler out of Vero Beach, Florida.
Here's a situation, too, where we have two former excellent amateur wrestlers, as a matter of fact. Barr, who did win probably as many amateur titles as any wrestler ever out of the state of Oregon, and Terry Taylor, Guilford College. He went there on a scholarship, as a matter of fact. Wrestled, played football. Should be a goodie.
Terry back on his feet real quick. Little outmaneuvering of the Mid-America champion, the brand new Mid-America heavyweight champion, Jesse Barr. Terry round behind him. Nice takedown. Puts Barr down to the mat, off his feet. Barr moving, though. Not allowing Terry to set up on a hole. Barr slides under the bottom rope. Jimmy Cornette stands from his chair and yells something at the referee. Good takedown by Barr. Terry Taylor on the mat. Terry Taylor flips out of it. And he's the one that ends up with a hold on Jesse Barr. That brought Cornette to his feet. Back on the rope. Terry Taylor makes nice clean break, backs away. Minute 35 seconds gone. Terry Taylor kept rolling. Jesse Barr on the mat. Hammer on him by Terry Taylor. Ooh, twist. And another. Terry flips, takes the pressure off, kicks Jesse Barr back up on his feet. Jesse Barr around behind. Terry Taylor's left arm hammered up behind him. Drives him down to the mat. Drops on the upper arm with a knee.
Come on, Taylor, give it up.
Jesse Barr. Oh, what a move. Cornette yelling for Terry to give it up on submission. Boy, the look that Terry gave Cornette over here in the corner. Terry Taylor. Oh, what a move. He dumped. Barr. Jesse Boom Boom Barr, as Jimmy Cornette says. Barr hanging on to that headlock. Terry Taylor with the head scissors on Jesse Barr. Barr is trying to kick his way out of it. Terry's clamped down pretty good. This is a hole that it is not easy to get out of. You can get out of it, and Jesse Barr does one of the surest ways to get out. But let me tell you, it's tough on the ears when he does that headstand and then flips out. Jesse Barr, out of one head scissors, finds himself in another. This time Terry Taylor is trying to prevent him from turning it. Oh, snapped out of it. Terry Taylor ends up with the advantage again. Great reaction by Taylor as Barr slipped out of the head scissors. Back in the corner. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get in between them, get him out of the corner. Barr nails Terry Taylor with a right fist. Knee lift. 4 minutes, 15 seconds gone. Another vicious knee lift by Jesse Barr. We are mentioning the knee lift. A fair arm by Barr. Terry Taylor being asked by the referee. Taylor is shaking his head. Oh, he's not giving it up. He's hanging in there. Jesse Barr drops his shoulders down. Count of two. 2 counts, all he got. Terry able to flip that left shoulder up away from the mat to prevent the 3 count there. His shoulders down again and a count of 2. Difficult to get a pin like that. The 2 counts all he could get. Terry Taylor with the upper arm breaks out of the bear hug. Taylor up in the air. Jesse Barr with a body slam goes for the corner. Drops down and misses as Taylor had moved. Terry coming back with a right hand. Barr into the ropes. Good drop kick by Terry Taylor. Gut stands down. After Jimmy Cornette. Okay, it's a disqualification on Jesse Barr because Jim Cornette trying to get away from Mantell went through the ring. So when he went in the ring...
Came around on the side of the ring over here. Dutch didn't go in the ring. He went after Cornette. And when Cornette jumped in,
disqualification.
Disqualification on Jesse Barr. So the winner is going to be Terry Taylor. And I'll tell you who the real winner is, and that's Jimmy Cornette. Because Dutch Mantell didn't catch him.
You're right.
Well, that would have been something we'd have had right here on Championship Wrestling. So the winner by disqualification is Terry Taylor.
5:33.
5:33. We got more action coming up. We're going to get to it in just one moment. get back in the ring, I want to remind you that tonight in North Vernon, Indiana, at the Jennings County High School Big Championship Wrestling, New York Dolls will be there. Dick the Bruiser is going to be there with Regal and Huber. And then on Thursday, December the 9th, Columbia, Kentucky, Adair County High School, sponsored by the Fire Department. Couple of names, Lawler and Dundee, are going to be there. Now, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, listen here. 6-man elimination match with the winner to get a Southern Heavyweight Championship shot. Terry Taylor, Jock Rougeau, Bobby Fulton, Sweet Brown Sugar, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Crusher Broomfield. Then a Mid-America title match when Jesse Barr defends against Dutch Mantell. It'll be a bout with a Southern Heavyweight title with Sabu, the new title holder, going against Bill Dundee. Southern Tag titles against the World Tag titles. No time, no disqualification. The Fabulous Ones against the New York Dolls Tuesday night. And then the big main event that was just added, and that's the Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler against the Sheepherders. Tuesday night, all of it happening in the Gardens. Hey, we're going to be ready to go here in just one moment as Carl Fergie coming in for his match with Dutch Mantell. And remember, in addition to this, we've also got the expiration of time with the Fabulous Ones going against Brown Sugar Newton. Jerry Lawler coming back in. We've got a match coming up.
I just wanted to come out here for 1 second. I know there's a match coming up, but I just want to take a second of your time. Now, you know, I was out here a few minutes ago, and I was kind of brushing things off because we get hit a lot and we get knocked around a lot, and it's usually not all that serious, but it looks like it may be pretty serious with Bill back there. He's still not coming around exactly right. So what I did, I've made a few phone calls. I've talked with a few people. You know, this is the kind of thing that what you don't need to do. You don't need to let something like this go on, and you don't need to let it go unanswered. Now, if those two jerks think that they're going to come in here after they've been fired, they weren't even supposed to be here today.
Not on the
They're going to come in here and take out something on Bill or take out something on me that Eddie Marlin did to him. Well, brother, they got another thing coming. I just talked with Eddie Marlin. I said, Eddie, no, listen, last week we did Eddie Marlin a favor. They punched him. They didn't punch me. They didn't punch Bill. They punched Eddie Marlin. We came out and we did Eddie a favor by taking those two clowns and frying one of them's face down there last week. Now they're going to come and they're going to try to take it out on me and Bill, and especially I'm the one that did the damage, and they jumped on Bill. Well, I don't like it one bit, so I just talked to Eddie Marlin. I said, now, Eddie, you owe us a favor. I tell you what I want you to do. I want you to rehire them or reinstate them or whatever you have to do, and I don't care what you have to promise them, but I want you to get them down there one more time this week, and like I said, it looks pretty serious with Bill, but he will be there. I don't care if I just have to wheel him out to the ring, walk him out to the ring, set him in a chair or whatever. But, brother, they're not going to jump on Dundee for something that I did and get away with it. Now, they're going to have him out there. I talked to Eddie. He's talked to them. They're going to be down there, and they're going to add the match one more time, and that's all I'm going to need. Because if that jerk, if that clown from New Zealand thinks that what he got last week was something, brother, that's just a start. That's just a little taste of what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to finish them both off, Lance, in one night. I don't care if Bill's able to wrestle or not. He's going to be there. He's going to stand in the corner. I'll finish both those clowns off, and then they won't have to be fired. They'll leave on their own.
They are rehired now.
They're going to be there this week. That's all I can say.
Okay, well, all right, Davey. We greet that with mixed emotion. I understand Jerry's being upset about it, but, well, anyhow, here we go. We got this official match coming up.
All right, this match is going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. From Atlanta, Georgia, 238 pounds, Carl Fergie, and going against him from Oil Trough, Texas, 224 pounds, Dutch Mantell. This match, one fall, 15, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Quite a pairing in there, too. Big Carl Fergie calls himself Pretty Boy, going against the tough Dutchman. And bell sounds. I would say that there's one additional little thing that is in Dutch Mantell's favor, and that's the fact that he is some irritated about the situation over the Mid-America heavyweight title belt. And Carl Fergie, as big as he is, may find out that this roughneck from Oil Trough, Texas, may take a little of it out on him.
May transfer some of the hostility there.
Oh, yeah, well put. Head scissors and Dutch's back up on his feet while Fergie talks to referee Jerry Calhoun about Dutch pulling the hair. There is no doubt in my mind or anybody else's mind that Dutch will pull hair and a few other things.
Yeah, well, he said it himself many times. He didn't get the name Dirty Dutch by whatever. He said he got it honest.
Dutch fired in, but he's off with that shoulder, and Big Carl goes down. Mantell right over the top of him. Boy, he is quick. He is quick. An authentic speedster, Mantell is, and he going against Carl Fergie. Carl, who is a big, rugged guy. He'll go in there. I don't know what your official weight, but he'll go over 240, something like that.
Yeah, he's put on considerable weight in the last couple of years. I guess when we first saw Carl, he was weighing about 228, 230, and he is built past the 240 mark.
Fergie back up into the corner, into the turnbuckles. Mantell right on top. The referee trying to get Fergie now to let go. He's got a handful of hair, and he blasts the Dutchman in the corner right up here above us. Fergie caught the reversal. Look at Mantell. Big body slam. He powered him out of there and banged him down. It's a 15-minute time limit bout, and Fergie bounced off that mat very hard as Dutch caught him coming off those turnbuckles where he slammed him in.
It's one of those examples. You keep picking at Dutch, he's not going to let you get away with it forever. As a matter of fact, not for long. He's not going to let you get away with it.
That's right. Tied up. Mantell made the move under, then came over with it. Working on that shoulder of Carl Fergie as Dutch comes in with a tight bar and steps over the back so he can really get some leverage coming up. Mantell with Carl Fergie down, and he tightens up on that bar even more. He is right at that shoulder, hurting. Fergie trying to figure 2 or 3 ways. One of the things is to walk out, and that's what Fergie's doing. He can go for a single leg dive, and a lot of times the guy can block that by moving the leg on it. Fergie came up. He needs to be on his feet. He's got the height advantage, and he can get a lot of leverage when he's standing up like that. Fergie shoves him in, and as he went to go with a hip toss, the Dutchman blocked him. Beautiful. Oh, boy. Temper's getting a little wild. Fergie burying that big knee right into the midsection of Mantell, and he really put him down. Oh, Dutch slammed with that knee in the air, body slam coming up, and down goes Mantell. And Carl Fergie gets a pin. 1, 2, and that's all he got. Covered him up, but he got a 2 count out of it. Mantell slipped him. Well, now we got them both, man.
Yeah. At the 4-minute mark in the match, 4 minutes gone. Boy, what a battle they've had here the last minute or so. They have really been going at each other.
Slides him over, and only a 1 count. Dutch kicked both legs, and he was out of it.
Oh, look out.
Here comes Barr. Here comes Cornette. Carl Fergie holding Mantell while Jesse Barr banging away at him. Dutch has already won it, but disqualification, certainly no satisfaction there. Jimmy Cornette, who is up there popping around and directing traffic on beating on Mantell, is going to find himself caught one of these days, and here comes Bobby Fulton out. Bringing the Dutchman big whip. And Dutch says, give it to me, babe. Fergie's going to lose it on a disqualification when Cornette and Barr came in and jumped Dutch. Bobby Fulton came in. He had Dutch's whip with him, and that kind of cleared house real quick.
Yes, indeed. 4 minutes, 18 seconds, the time when the disqualification occurred as Cornette and Barr hit the ring.
Boy, let me tell you, I've seen that whip clear a ring full of guys, just like the plague hit, man. And there was no exception right there as the Dutchman comes through with that whip to clear things out after he'd won it by disqualification. We've got more action. We're going to be looking at the fabulous ones, Brown Sugar and Eaton, before long. Stay right where you are.
too.
Here they come, the fabulous ones, Steve Kerr and Stan Lane, and they're going in there today against Brown Sugar and beautiful Bobby Eaton. And you can see the kind of reception that the fabulous ones get when they come in. We are looking forward to them getting underway with a team that's really built a reputation in a hurry. Both of them outstanding wrestlers in their own right. They teamed it up, and under the consulting tutelage of the fabulous Jackie Fargo, they have made an impress, to say the very least. Stan Lane, Steve Kerr, the fabulous ones, and we're about ready for it right here as we're getting ready. Yeah, I heard him say that, and I know who's got the possession right now. So, okay. Stand back. Okay, Stan. That's Steve. Here they are, getting ready to hit that ring up there. And, brother, when they do, you know that action is not far behind. A couple of real specimens, these guys. The
Where's Hart?
I think he got nervous, and I like it that way.
Jackie told us to send Hart something. This is for you, Jimmy Hart, in the back, baby.
Eaton and Sugar getting a little irritated. Lane and Kern, oh, very handsome, no question about it, yes. Okay, so the fabulous ones have got it. We're ready for the official introductions. Dave, how about it?
All right, this match to the expiration of time at a total of 448 pounds on the left of the screen. From Union City, Tennessee, Sweet Brown Sugar. And from Huntsville, Alabama, beautiful Bobby Eaton. And going against him at a total of 443, both from Florida, Steve Kern and Stan Lane, the fabulous ones. This match to the expiration of time, Jerry Calhoun will be the referee.
Okay, who will be starting out? It'll be Stan on the far side, and on this side, beautiful Bobby Eaton, and we are off and running.
Stan Lane against Bobby Eaton to get it going. Expiration of time, match time, beginning to run a little short here. We hope to have a lot more time for this one. But I'll tell you what, when you got these two tag teams in there, whatever time's available, you're going to see some fine wrestling action. Bobby Eaton with a headlock on Stan Lane. Bobby Eaton fired into the rope. Uses the shoulder effectively coming off of there. Stan Lane lets him go by this time. Sets up, picks him up, and slams him. The fabulous ones. Stan Lane in the ring. Steve Kern out on the apron.
Be careful for these young people.
Steve Kern in there against Eaton. Bobby Eaton backs Kern into the corner. Eaton with a choke. Referee counting him. Eaton fired into the turnbuckles. Steve Kern. Oh, what a move.
Almost took him all the way out of the ring. He fired him so far across there, Dave.
Kern climbs back in there. Bobby Eaton stays in. He does not tag Sweet Brown Sugar. I thought that might be The better move for Eaton is to make the tag at that point, but he stays in there. Both of them. After third, Stan Lane comes in to run Eaton back out of there. Brown Sugar pounding Kern with a right fist. Steve coming back with the feet and the fist. Into the knee.
The belts back, but Steve and Stan wisely didn't bring them out here.
They're not out. Eaton and Sugar are going to be the losers of this fall disqualification, as the Dolls and Hart couldn't find the belts. They headed for the ring. It's 5 against 2. Eaton, Sugar, the New York Dolls, and Hart. Jump, Lane, and Turn. We got Terry Taylor, Bobby Folk, and Dutch Mantell. And there goes the first family.
Very funny.
There you fellas once now, baby! There you fellas once now! They don't look too fabulous now, do they, Russell? They don't look too fabulous!
Okay, Jimmy. Disqualification. First ball. Davey, we're going to have to check our time, and then we'll take time out right now. Let's check the time. We'll be back in just one moment. Back into Channel 3's Championship Wrestling action coming up in just a moment. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens gave you the whole card. Dandy, don't forget, it'll be the Southern titles against the world titles. No time, no disqualification when the fabulous ones go against the New York Dolls. Then the big added main event's going to be Dundee and Lawler against the Sheepherders. And that, my friend, is going to be one that is going to have something at stake besides any kind of a title. It'll be pride and personal revenge in that one.
You said it, Lancer. You know, I was looking forward to the Southern title match, because the Southern heavyweight match, because you don't get too many of them. It comes along once every now and again. I was really looking forward to that. But Johnny Boyd and Luke Williams, you done took all the glory. You took all the fun out of that match, brother. Yeah, I'm going to wrestle him, and I'm going to beat him. And I'm coming back with a friend of mine. His name's Jerry Lawler, and you all know what he can do. Now, they'll get out here, and they'll tell you how big and bad they are. Yeah, you guys are big, and you're bad when nobody's looking. That's the second time you've jumped me when it's been 2-on-1. Well, I'm telling you, fellas, I come down to wrestle you, because that's the name of the game is wrestling. But the wrestling's all out the window. If it takes bringing a pipe, if it takes bringing a Louisville Slugger baseball bat to win, that's what I'm going to do, because it's got past. It has got past winning a wrestling match. Now, one of us is going to get hurt, and it's going to be one of y'all. Now, there's nobody coming down. The King knows what it's all about, and you know what he can do. He's just as likely to burn you. We're not coming to win no wrestling match to pin your shoulders 1, 2, 3. Now, we know we can get hurt, but we also know you can get hurt. And somebody's going to get hurt in Louisville, because it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a fight, and it's not going to be over till somebody can't walk out of the ring. Now, just like I said, fellas, the King's not past hitting you on the head with a lead pipe, and neither am I. And if that's how you want to take it, if you want to take it down to the gutter, that's fine, because we've been there before. There's been an awful lot of dudes come through here to run the King and the Superstar out of this town, and nobody's done it yet. And I'm going to be damn sure you're not going to do it. So, Luke Williams, Jonathan Boyd, you bring that copper pipe down here, because I'm going to have one, and the King's going to have his little bag of tricks, and somebody's going to get hurt, and somebody's going to be left laying on that mat, and it's not going to be the Superstar or the King. So come on down, fellas, and we're going to be waiting this time.
I'll tell you. Well, it happened again today. Popping in that ring, disqualifications, man. One thing for a fact, though, plenty of action. There's no shortage of that. And, of course, that's the name of the game on Championship Wrestling. And, Dave, how about a recap on all of it?
In our opening match today, New York Dolls going against Ira Reese and Ken Raper. Dolls, heavy favorites going in. They did win the match rather handily. No problem, no surprise there. And that's the only match today in which there was no disqualification. They won it straight up. Bill Dundee going against the Enforcer. Now, the Sheepherders jumped in. The Enforcer, we're sure, had nothing to do with that. But the Sheepherders, as they jumped in and jumped Bill, they did cost the Enforcer the match. Bill Dundee, the official winner, but I'm not sure that's much qualification since they pounded him with the part of that flag staff they carry. Terry Taylor against Jesse Barr. Taylor won it over Barr when Jim Cornette was trying to escape through the ring. Referee saw him in the ring, disqualified him. It was Dutch Mantell defeating Carl Fergie by disqualification as Jesse Barr jumped in the ring. Fabulous One, Steve Kern, Stan Lane winning their match over Brown Sugar and Eaton when the New York Dolls came out here looking for belts, which had disappeared from them earlier. And they couldn't find them because Kern and Lane did not bring them out here before the match, so they jumped in the ring. They were disqualified. Fabulous Ones get the win there.
They do, in fact, get the win in that particular one. I wish we'd had a little bit more time to have 2 or 3 more falls with that situation, but the way the atmosphere was today, Dave, I don't think there's any doubt we'd have had a hard time getting in any one fall the way things are feeling. You can just feel that tide sometime, man, when everybody decides, let's go get them, and they did it. All right, we got to get out of here. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.